I occasionally get in conversations about which vehicles make good commercial vehicles, but their intention or their initial design is residential or typical consumer. And I thought I'd make a short video and just kind of say what do here. So you'll see there is a fleet of what Chrysler Pacificas here. And prior to that, we were Dodge Caravan type shop. We don't buy new, we buy like a year or two old and then run them north of 150,000 to say 200,000. And where we've had really good success, and I think we even had a Toyota Sienna at one point, but where we've had really good success is with these. And they have the 3.6 Pentastar V6 in them, very similar to what's in your, I would say 90%, 95% Jeep Grand Cherokees, Jeeps, you know, whatnot. That motor's been around for a long time. And I know with some of them, I have heard on like the Jeep forums that sometimes they have a cylinder issue. And I think it stems from the start-stop feature. Not sure how true that is or what, but for us, these are all highway driven and they've proven reliable. I have offered up to the person who's in charge of the fleet to say, hey, you know, if you could have anything, what would it be? And, you know, they're maybe thinking about next time one of these is up to grab a like a Ford Transit or something like that, something that you could put like racks in it more easily. But for the kind of work we do, these are understated and they've proven to be pretty reliable. And this is not all of them. There are several that are out in the field where the field guys physically live. So there's a couple that just don't even come to the office here or this parking lot. So I grabbed a key fob to one of these, and I'm going to make it a mystery to myself and to you, I suppose, to see which one it is. But let's see. Oh, it's of course it's all the way, it's the one all the way on the end. So clearly we have like a nice color palette of Pacificas, and typically they're assigned to guys. You know, they're not just like you come in and grab one for the, you know, typically the guys will use the same vehicle, you know, so it kind of in a way becomes theirs. So this one, and I'm not going to get too deep into it because I don't know what's floating around in it. But just to give you an idea, what I like about these things is, and I'll start it. Yeah, I hear that.
Henry, to get you back to doing what you love.
The radio on. So what I like about these things is the interface. Of course, this one needs an oil change. It's good that I'm in here. This one has 88,000 miles on it. It has low washer fluid. It needs an oil change. I hope to get that addressed, and that's kind of like one of the things they're supposed to be doing. This one is messy. It's disgusting, and that's a whole nother topic and a kind of a wild tear that I am on with the person who's in charge of the fleet. So that will get hopefully cleaned up. But my point being here is what I personally like, and I've done a video on my work Jeep, which this is the white Jeep Grand Cherokee. There's a video out there and I talk all about it. That has owned since new. I've had it as my work vehicle since new for the most part, and it has has 196, almost 197,000 on it. Nothing other than tires, brakes, one-time brakes, oil changes, cabin filter, maintenance stuff. And I'm sure it's a matter of time before this is something with shocks or suspension, but that vehicle's all highway. I can attest to that, and that's why the brakes have only been done one time in its life. But back to this one, I think, personal preference, and now just for the preference, in my family or my universe, I have Chevy, I have Jeep, Ford, And I personally think Jeep / Chrysler / Dodge has the best, easiest interface with the Uconnect. It is. I think Chevy's not bad at all. But like, for example, one of the things I really dig on this, even on the 2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, if I'm listening to satellite radio, I can mark a song as a favorite. On my newer Suburban, that is higher trim level, you don't have that ability. You just have to wait for the song to come on next time, or listen to it on YouTube or somewhere. So, I do like this. Yeah, admittedly, it takes a little bit to get used to, but I could never understand the console shifters on vehicles. Like, I get the column. I'm old school. That's one of the reasons I like my Suburban, even though it's just a 2019. The column shifter. But one would also argue about the column shifter, people say that's old school, is when the shifter's down at the console, I always felt it's like a waste of space. It's not a stick shift. I always feel sporty. But why is it like that in a minivan, or why is it like that in like a non-sport, like a Camry? It's not designed to be a sporty car. So the manufacturers who are doing this now, I know some are push button. I know Mercedes has a little thing you flick on the column, which is cool. But I also think this is simple. It's just a layout. It's not overdone. You get plenty of console space, and I'm trying not to be so obvious with what some of the materials in here are. But just a quick glance, you could see, kind of get an idea of what these guys are putting in here. In this case, there's a cart and a ladder and some tools in that red bag back there. So you could make an argument for like a Ford Transit or something to the equivalent. But in this case, we're going Pacifica style. So that's about it. I'm not going to do a full walk around with these things or anything like that, but I just wanted to give shout out to anyone on the commercial side who has field people who has vehicles that they need to do service customers or do jobs. What do they use? I know these aren't like, Econoline E250s or whatever with, back in the day when they had, I think the new, whatever the new ones are, the Transit Connect and all that stuff. I'm not up on the model lines, but it's not like these things have big V8s in them and like are cavernous to the back, but they do the job. And by accident, I became a Jeep person with my company Jeep back in 2017. And so when I kind of got in the position to make the call on the vehicles, it's like, well, that Pentastar treated correctly seems to run. And the other part of it is when you have a bunch of them, you kind of can anticipate, like if there's something common with them, like you just know, you're aware of what's coming with them. Last thing I'll say, and I know I tried to wrap this up before, is one of these had a transmission problem, and it had low miles, under 100,000. I have no idea if it was even this one, but basically I think it would stall or something if you came to a light. Like you had to put it, or it wouldn't go in park. I think that's what it was. It wouldn't go in park, so you had to like put it in neutral and put the e-brake up. It turned out to be just some electronic component. It wasn't transmission, but of course everyone panics. Oh, we're gonna replace the van. The transmission's gone. We're not gonna replace the transmission. But just go get it looked at. Tell me what it's gonna be. All right. Well, thanks for watching. For those who have asked me about, hey, you guys have a fleet of vehicles, well, here's what we do. I'd really like to hear from you guys who have vehicles out in the field. Let me know, comment, like, subscribe. I do have some other videos of vehicles, my personal vehicles out here, so check those out as well if you're into that, or into any kind of vintage stuff as well. We do a lot of those things. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.